This. Let me start this recording. My guest is Steve Elswick. We're talking about the Tesla Technology Convention, and we're talking about they're going to be doing with health systems on the second day, and we're going to be. You've got a camera that can tell where if you're in pain, the infrared or the type of camera that you have developed at NASA and used by NASA will be able to detect the heat. So you'll be actually able to see on film if pain is going away, if you're improving, right?
Right. And this takes a very subjective experience and turns into a very objective observation, which is what science is all about. And then we'll also have Robin Benson. She does everything. I mean, she has the mask, she has the patches, she does the Genie, which is she does the Genius. She has a clinic up in San Jose. She'll be down here. If you want to consult with her, she'll be available. And she'll have a full staff down here. And then we switch over into energy in the afternoon, and we'll have Paul Pantone speaking. Then we have John Rohner, and what John has is what they call a plasma engine or a PAP engine. And there you take and you have a piston-type engine filled with noble gas, and you create this plasma which causes it to expand, and then you dissipate the plasma and it shrinks, and by the expansion and shrinkage is how you pull your energy off. He can run continuously with this engine for 6 months on a single charge. So that has a very far-ranging implications for transportation as we know it. And then we have Clayton Nolte, and he does the structured water, and he'll be taking tap water in that and converting it to something that's safe to drink and can actually be healthful. And then in the evening, we will have Leah Davis, and she'll be speaking on the science of consciousness and explain how we are everything's interconnected through these units called holodynes, and because of this, you affect the world around you. Just even your thoughts can cause things to happen. And she'll be going into great detail on this. And then, of course, we have the dance and everything afterwards. And then Saturday morning, for those who are alive still, we have Dale Pond coming from Colorado. And he'll be dealing with the Keeley technology. And John Keeley exists at the time of Tesla, only his emphasis was on sound and frequency technology, or frequency to the sound range. And he was able to disintegrate rock using vibrations, disintegrate water, and even operate a car using this technology. Then we have Thorsten Ludwig. He will be coming from Germany, and he will be demonstrating a polar magnetic motor. Actually, it's not a magnetic motor, it'd be a magnetic device, which pulls energy like right out of the around you, the ambient environment. So we have James Schmidt. He'll be down here with a Bedini motor, and that would be a magnetic motor, and he'll be demonstrating that. Then on Saturday, right afternoon, after the break, we'll have all the vendors who came here with their tables and that come up for about 5 or 10 minutes and do a quick presentation on what they're all about, so everyone in the audience, they haven't had a chance to get around.
Let me ask you about the magnetic motor. Now, Paul Pantone says he built one, and I believe Paul Pantone. And we've got another gentleman that's supposed to meet us there in Albuquerque that says he's built one. And they both tore them down and took them apart because they were afraid they were going to be killed.
Which planet we live on?
Well, that's in the old days. I mean, in the old days, they thought they could keep secrets. I mean, they did a number on me, using magnetic field, you know, and it took me out, you know, it took me 6 months to recover, you know. That's when I did my work on research into mind control. And
what did they do? What did they do to you? You know, they arranged my accident, but what did they do to you again?
Well, what they did to me is I was at a conference, you know, and I was talking about heart before there was anything out there on heart, not even a book. And that was in Harper's still top secret. And the next thing you know, I'm very sick. I can't even eat. You know, a guy was going to take me out to dinner, you know, and all I could get down was a V8, you know. And it took me 6 months to recover from that. And I could just like drive down the road, you know, like in Indiana, we have those power wires pretty close to the road on both sides. I could feel the electricity just going through it, and I'd have an instant headache. And I couldn't even put together a coherent thought for about 6 months. So it's very dangerous now. Was very dangerous. It's less dangerous now because of the internet. Once you get it in public, the public's eye, you're pretty much safe. Yeah. They just gotta worry about your standard riffraff, you know. The people come in there and claim they have all this money, they don't have a dime, and all they want to do is tie you up until they could find someone to sell it to, see. And there'll be some of that going on. You just have to be street smart and know that, you know, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. You know, that's why we have the conferences, because a lot of the stuff we do sounds too good to be true. So we have the guys come in, they bring it in, and demonstrate it.
Okay, I have to cut your volume down here a little bit. But okay, now you got me up. You better get down in there. Okay, Colleen just came in as my co-host. And we're really looking forward to being there, Steve. You know, I started the Free America right there in Albuquerque.
Yeah, I remember.
No, that's putting too much of an echo.
Yeah, I'm going to take it down.
Yeah, we're getting rid of the echo. Okay, the echo's gone. The echo's gone. And if you want to see Colleen, I'll just make her come over here and sit close to me, you know? Alright. This, okay, can you...
I know what's wrong. I know what's wrong.
What, this thing?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Alright. Steve Elswick is my guest, and the information for the Extraordinary Technology Conference, that is at TeslaTech.info, and that'll be July 28th, July to July 31st. So if you, that'll be held at the Albuquerque Marriott Pyramid North, 5154 San Francisco Road, Northeast, Albuquerque. And for hotel reservations, folks, it's 800-266-9432. How many people have you got registered? How many people do you think is going to be showing up there? And you're going to be talking about magnetic motors. I'm looking forward to that. A lot of people think that's just they think it's just a scam. That it's just, you know, because the government doesn't allow, calls it a perpetual motion machine, won't give you a patent on it. Everybody thinks magnetic motors is a myth. Have you experienced that? And what do you say to people about that?
Well, I wouldn't say they're a myth, but I believe in them. I built a magnetic motor that once was almost over unity, but that was using a homemade superconductor, you know, and then you had to pour liquid nitrogen on top of it, and I could get some pretty good results off that. But I also built one, a motor generator, using an alternator and a 3 amp motor permanent magnet motor that you could buy down at any of the appliance stores, repair stores. And then I used that with the battery, and we were getting like 30 amps out, 3 amps in, 30 amps out. And I never would have believed it had I not seen it myself. Had I not even helped build this thing, I would have never believed it. And I think, we tapped into this thing called zero-point energy, or cold electricity. And I think that's what Tesla's talking about on his car, which a lot of people dispute it's in existence. But that car, he claims he was able to pull the energy right out of the air, and he called it cosmic rays. And there's first center test on it, and then all of a sudden, you don't get a word about it, but Tesla gets to move into the world's most luxurious hotel, the most modern hotel, just got built, and live like a king with a hotel bill paid by Westinghouse. So, I believe that's when he demonstrated the zero-point energy that we've been seeing. Yeah. And hopefully, if anyone wants to come to a conference show, I'll be around probably in the evenings to be able to talk to them and explain more about this stuff that we have done in the past. But I believe it. I'm a believer. I don't approach this from the point of faith. I'm more like a doubting Thomas at this point because I've stuck the hand in the side, so to speak. It's just a different feeling. I don't have to worry about whether I'm right or wrong because I know I've seen what I've seen. And some things you just can't fake.
This well, you've got two people there. There will be supposedly demonstrated a magnetic motor. But how do you sometimes it's pretty tough to weed out the con artists. The name Dennis Lee pops to mind. I got a motor to run. All we got to do is put the motor on your stuff, and we'll be your power company. We'll be your electric company. We'll be making money out of it. But when I walked up on stage, the motor was plugged into an electrical outlet. Yeah. How do you? Yeah.
Sometimes they need a little electricity to get the process started. And the ones that they can disconnect once they get it started, those are the ones we're looking for. Or at least feedback excess energy into capacitors, batteries, or to a grid. And that's what at least one person I know of has done it. He just needs to, we need to raise some money so he can recreate what he buried in concrete 6 feet deep on the back of his property.
People are afraid. People are afraid. So we're looking for, maybe Russell will make it there. Maybe he'll make it there. He was just on my show a couple of days ago. And I think, Steve, if we do interviews with really get a cross section. What I want to do is make this first online magazine a real cross section of the people that are there, the people that are coming there to gain knowledge, and the people that are there selling and teaching.
Well, I think you're going to find an interesting cross section. We even have people from NASA coming, so we cross spectrums. From the farmer to the college professor, we have people from all over and in between in our crowd.
Hey Steve, I know Dave. Yeah. I know Dave Talbot's coming of the Electric Universe and the Saturn Myth and Thunderbolts of the Gods and all that. Is Greg Volt or David DeSitter, either one or both, going to be there as well? From the NPA?
I know David went out because he's working, and Greg, I don't know, I haven't heard from him. I saw him in Washington a couple weeks ago. He didn't think he could make it, because he had to spend too much time from his family already this year. But next year, we're looking at possibly holding a joint conference, or actually 2 conferences in the same place at the same time. So we're just checking into the space and seeing how we could fit that in next year. But this thing is just growing by leaps and bounds,
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we're really gonna be stumping for this 5 days a week, 2.5 hours every day. until the end of the conference, and so that people who couldn't attend can attend vicariously. And those who have never attended will see what they are doubting and judging without ever having been there. We're a little sick of that too, the doubting Thomases that say that we're all just snake oil salesmen. We're sick of that kind of stuff. I mean, those of us with empirical minds that apply, the scientific method to our thinking and our analysis are a little bit offended by these amateurs that call us snake oil salesmen.
And if you come up and if you're out there and you're a fan, you want to come up and shake hands with us at the interview. We'll be doing the shows live from there. We'll be doing that. I'll be interviewing a lot of different people, and if you're one of these online trolls and you just want to try your luck in person, you might want to stay out of arm's reach.
No, I'm taming him down. I'm taming him down. His rhetoric's going to soften, I promise. Look at the flag over his sholders. That was hanging upside down when I got here 2 days ago. And in 2 days, this man has gone from being that grizzly old codger to being kind of a sweet old guy. So
well,
he's feeling optimistic finally.
She still got a little training to go. She still uses those 3-letter words, man. We just said, old, come on. Yeah. Jim Power says they're calling the wrong people snake oil salesmen. I think you could do Glenn Beck, but Glenn Beck started his own network, and he went over to Israel to get approval to do it. Come on.
And he practices the assassination, what I would call kind of a corporate not espionage, but sabotage of his competitors that he doesn't like. I mean, he's gone after Alex Jones and told people that go on his show and advertise with him that if they also do business with Alex, that he would no longer do business with them. And so, the guy, he's a smarmy little slime.
Well, we're going to be putting these, this show, Free American, will become a pay station. It will become a subscription, which it always has been. You subscribe to a hard copy magazine with me for 10 years. If you don't want to get a computer, don't expect me to pay a printer thousands of dollars to print something I can mail to you that you might or might not read.
They can print it out after they get, they can take the Kinko's and have them print it out if they don't have a computer.
You can print it out yourself off of the thing. But, no, you can't. Because the new one, you can print the articles off. You can copy and paste the articles. You've got permission to do that as long as you're putting it out by email. If you're a paid subscription magazine, you want to use my stuff, you got to buy it just like everybody else, just like Easy Rider did, just like. And here's the point, folks. I stopped because of the accident and all that. I just stopped doing it, and I was wrong. Now, because everything we've been doing, everything we've been promoting, everything we've been telling you, I had the first chemtrails film out. Steve, you remember that?
The Jim Quayle show?
Yeah, I had Chemtrails. I had the first chemtrails the video out. I was the first one to talk about Planet X on here. The Free American magazine was a hell of a magazine. The radio show was a good radio show. But now we're on the computer. Now we're up on YouTube. Now we got videos. We've got links to all of your sites, and we're playing Chris's videos. You got links to his site. So you've got such a wide range of information. The Free American online magazine is better than the Free American hard copy that we had in all the bookstores that are closing down right now. Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, they're going out of business. But the information is out there, and by you putting on these kind of conferences as well as a magazine, we're going to be advertising your magazine on this magazine. We're already advertising this. We're going to keep that up. We're not going to stop this because you're going to do another one after this one, aren't you?
No, so we do this show annually.
Right.
And unless I can get the financial backing, there's no way I could do two. But I think at this show, I think this is going to be a game-changing show, and I encourage everyone to be there. I think they're on thoughts that they never dreamed of. And when I sit down with you, Craig, I can show you a new business model, which you might be interested in doing yourself. So,
I'm certainly interested. You know, we've got to just change. I mean, I've got movies to make. I've got books to write. I've got 3 books out. I got 4 films out, and we're making more. We're making more. We're moving ahead. It's Colleen is working with me, so I'm not trying to do everything by myself. She can go over there to that computer over there and be working right beside me. You know, and we're getting twice the work done. We're getting twice the information out. And now it's time. It's kind of time to go back out into public and
do public right this time. I've been doing it all wrong. Clay was doing it right and fell off the wagon and did it all wrong for 10 years, 11 years, and now we're going back to doing it the right way. Or he's going back to doing it the right way. This is the first for me. I mean, I've published real estate magazines for local neighborhoods and things like that in the past, but nothing like this.
and also, Colleen, real estate agent. Developer. we are going. She's got an MLS listing. She is going to be offering Liberty Villages as a turnkey unit. Now, folks, here's turnkey. You know, you got solar up here, you got wind over there. We got the manufacturers all lined up. Now it's a matter of the land. The land's going to be probably set up as a tenancy in common.
Yes.
If you got 5 acres on your thing. You donate that to the Free American Club. It's a club.
A resort.
A resort. You know, and it'll be a nationwide resort because we're gonna while you're traveling, instead of staying at Holiday Inns and Motel 6s, you're gonna stop at Liberty Village. You're gonna eat homemade food. You're gonna watch the kids play. You're gonna listen to the chickens cluck.
And enjoy all of our healers and masseuses and the healing artists that will be seeing. You know, people, you know, walk-ins to, you know, just enjoy all of the expertise that is available to us to use natural and energetic methodologies for healing ourselves. And when I say energetic, I'm talking sound and light waves.
And that's exactly what we're bringing to the show, Steve. We're bringing Tesla technology to the show in the form of Chris Key's devices. Now, and we'll test that. We're going to have scientific testing in public. So I guess that wouldn't make us a snake oil salesman, would it, Steve?
No, that's the whole purpose of the conference, is to have public demonstrations of it. So that sounds incredible. It's too incredible to be true.
You know, it's hard for people to understand that they would make a whole class of people into criminals. They made our farmers and ranchers into bootleggers and moonshiners, you know, to keep up, because after Prohibition there was a Standard Oil station on every corner. I mean, to me that's like a prime example of what they've done. You know, run your car on alcohol and suddenly you're a bootlegger.
Well, there's a reason now in SteveElswick, Chicago, you know, in the Prohibition, well, in Chicago, in the Midwest, you have all these gas and haul stations and everything. And as soon as Chicago, everything just starts shutting down. So.
Alright, folks, by the way, they're telling me that we're featured on anything. We're talking about the Extraordinary 2011 Extraordinary Technology Conference in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And that's TeslaTech. All of that's linked on freeamerican.com. This book is linked on freeamerican.com. It's called Mystery Babylon. Kind of like an autobiography, but it's also an autobiography of somebody who's been in the Patriot movement for 25 years. And gives you a lot of truth. Why is Christian identity suddenly listed and the militias listed on you know, are thought of as being armed and dangerous? And that's the first bulletin that came out on me after we started the militia, Steve. Was armed and dangerous by the ADL. Have you been targeted by these basically I call them hate groups, the ADL, Southern Poverty Law, who are trying to demonize? Right now they're trying to demonize people that want to be sovereign, that think they're sovereign.
Organic farmers.
Organic farmers, they're trying to demonize. What's happening, Steve?
Well, I think, you know, part of the game plan is to keep busy, people so busy that you can't do things like in the justice system. The tactic is to delay, and you can spend your entire life standing up for yourself in court, and you'll be poverty-stricken, because that's the way it's set up. It absorbs all your resources, and it goes to the one who has the money. At this point, it's always the corporations. To me, the biggest enemy is the corporations, the major corporations.
Our founding father, Thomas Jefferson, told us, if you ever allow a private bank to issue your money, the banks and the corporations that spring up around them will leave your children homeless in the land that we conquered. Isn't that exactly what we're seeing here?
I think you're seeing it, and to me, the worst thing that ever happened was that one decision where they made corporations equal to people, and I have been fighting this my entire life because corporations don't breed. They don't carry that. They're never the 19-year-old kid who goes out there on the hill and holds that hill, because they don't die, And because of that, they have an unfair advantage against the mom and pop stores, and the small businesses, And it's an unfair advantage, and they use it to destroy any competition. And we're seeing it in ultimately they'll destroy our way of life, and we'll all have to live in the companies now.
They want to reduce us to peons. They want to reduce us to slaves. I mean, they've really refined the art of slavery to the point that the slaves don't know they're slaves. I'm not a slave, man. I can go out and get my pickup and go get a beer. Look, I'm not a slave. It's called economic slavery.
It's worse than slavery, In slavery, the master takes care of the slaves and even takes responsibility for their health. Here, they don't want no responsibility. They just want to use you and dispose of you like a piece of coal. You burn the coal and discard it, and that's what they want to do to people.
Well,
use us and discard us.
Yeah, that's what I think. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What? Repeat that.
And if you make a noise, get rid of you. They don't want to deal with you.
They've tried to do that. So, are you going to have any time open on the stage for me if I get motivated?
I can't promise any time on the stage right now because I'm stacked about 10 high-end speakers right now, and what we'll probably do is open up a second room. Is what I'm looking at doing.
Okay. Well, whatever whatever happens, we're gonna have a good time. We've got things to do. We've got books to promote. We've got information to promote. We got the magazine. We're gonna be busy. We're gonna be filming. So there ain't no pressure there, but I got enough to do. I make enough work for myself, And I always seem to be trying to do more. But I really appreciate your cooperation. And again, the website is TeslaTech, TeslaTech.info, and it's all linked on freeamerican.com. Everything's there. Steve, thank you for being with me, and thanks for putting this on, and thank you for the work that you've done. Tell us about your magazine real quick too.
Well, we published on alternative energy and alternative medicine and extreme sciences, and we're kind of like taking a vacation from that this year, and we'll be taking it back in full scale next year as extraordinary technology and science. So we'll be expanding it even more.
That'll work out pretty good, because now you can help me get my Free American started again, and I'll help you get yours started again when you get it ready to go.